Okay guys, Armchair Engineer 85, we're back here. If you watched my first appliance video, I told you guys that basically, if you're working on small engines, you should be able to work on appliances. Appliances are getting very expensive, and their serviceability, the cost of it it can add up, and a lot of people will throw away a machine because it needs a few $100s and they'll just start new. Well, I'm here to show you guys with my dryer here. I even used it as an example that they're pretty easy to service, especially in this case. This is a Samsung dryer. These things have a very bad reputation, Samsung appliances, and these dryers are actually pretty simple. Now I've got the kit right here. This is basically what I would call the rebuild kit. You got your 4 rollers, you've got your new belt, and you've got your tensioner and your spring. Like I said, this machine over here, the washer, I haven't had actually any problems with it, so I can't say anything bad about it. But it's a little more complex than the dryer, but still, you can definitely service it, no problem. But this dryer is simple, so I'm just going to take you guys through it step by step on how to basically completely rebuild this. Save for the motor and the heater blower, but hold on. So do yourself a favor and unplug the machine before you begin. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be removing this top here, and I already went ahead. There's two 10mm bolts on the back. They have a Phillips head to them, and there's one back here and one back here on the corner. And as soon as you do that, you can lift the lid right off. So with the lid off now, you can take the control panel here. All it is just a few of these little plastic clips, and you just basically lift back on this, and this whole front control panel will come out. All right, so I got the control panel here removed so you guys can see. This is what it looks like here. So next what I'm gonna do is they just have these plastic retaining clips. Two on each side, one's longer than the other. You can see this is I remember from the last time I did it, I broke it off just because you got to be as gingerly as you can, and you got to work both sides evenly. But next thing we're going to do is we've got these 2 wiring harnesses here, so we're going to unplug them here so that we can remove this whole control panel. All right, so now we have to take off the front cover panel here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe that's it. Maybe these 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get this whole front panel off. Okay, front cover is off. You just have to disconnect your door switch that is on the panel here. As you can see here, look at all the lint. Like, I'm very religious. This is just the door. I'm very religious at cleaning out the lint trap, just because I know how much it can accumulate on the motor and everything like that, and the heater vent. But even still, this is what you get. That's where this little guy here is going to come in handy, and obviously this isn't even all of it. But so yeah, it just ended up being the 4 bolts, and yeah, now we're down to here. Okay, next step is we have to get this this out of the way here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4, 5, and I must be missing one here. 5. So it should be 6 Phillips heads. So I'm going to remove those and pop that off. So control panel removed, or the backing support plate, and all you do is you've got your wiring harness here, and you just detach it from these little plastic clips here. Not a problem there. So now we have to take off this cover plate here for the drum, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 Phillips to pop that off. So that's what I'm going to do next. So we got the front cover off. More lint buildup. All you guys got to do is you just got to disconnect your moisture sensor, which is down here. Yeah, so I think it's ready now. I'm going to lift the drum out. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get underneath here. I'm going to detach it in behind there from the tensioner arm, and then I can use the belt to lift the drum right out. Voila, we've got the drum out. The belt doesn't look that bad, but as you can see here, look at all the crud. And this is one of the things that, one of the, better things that you can, when you do this yourself, you can clean this all out. I have no idea if a small appliance guy would get in here and vacuum all this shit out, but anyways, you can go ahead and do it. And I didn't take a video of what it sounded like, but basically it sounded like one of the one of the rollers, one of these guys right here was going bad, and it sounded like it was coming from the back here. So this one here, not bad. This one here, yeah, there you go. And that's why we're doing this job right here. It was intermittent, but it was getting louder and louder. And I've done this before, and they go bad over time. So now we're going to vacuum this all out, get it all nice and clean, and then I'm going to replace this one, and then I've got two on the front here, and these ones actually aren't bad, but when you buy the kit, you might as well do them all at once. So unfortunately, we just had this one here. It's probably more load bearing, being the one at the very bottom there. It's supporting the drum. So that's probably why it went bad. Maybe it got some crap in it. It looks a little dirtier than the other ones. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I got my new rollers in there. All you do is there's a nut on the back here. And it's a 17mm wrench. You put that on there. And then you just take, this is just squared off here. And you just take a small crescent wrench or whatever you got. And you just back that off. And so I replaced those two there. And then it's the exact same thing here on the door. You got one there, you got one there. And as you can see here, there is your nut, your 17mm. While I was in here, I went ahead and I put the new tensioner on, which was good because the bearing you could feel on the old one was wearing out. So you have a large Phillips head screw right there. Make sure you're using the right one or it'll strip out. And then you just replace that, and it came with a new tensioner spring, so I went ahead and replaced that as well. So we're going to get the drum in with the new belt, and we're going to start to reassemble. So here's our new belt. Make sure your rib side right here is down, and you can see where it rides. You can definitely see the ribbing right there, the wear mark from it in the center of the drum. And just make sure you got that, and then you can slide it on the tensioner. So we've got the belt, on here and the drum in. I don't know if you guys can see it back there. There's the belt tensioner. We've got it correctly on the motor and the belt tensioner. And then all you want to do is you just want to kind of turn this, make sure everything's turning nice and free, and then make sure that your belt is aligned here. And we're going to continue reassembling. Front cover plate is on. This one here, I had previously snapped it off the last time I did it, so the bolt head snapped off, so it's not going to get one. We just have to make sure to plug in our sensor down here. And when you're installing this, you just kind of want to basically lift up on this, because you've got to get those bottom rollers underneath the drum down there, and you just want to make sure everything is all nice and sealed up, and then give it the old spin test. Make sure everything spins. You don't hear there's no binding, there's no weird noises. And then that's what you want to do. Okay, so we got this cover on here. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then all you want to do is on the back side of this, there's the plastic little retaining clips that for the wiring harness. The wiring harness basically goes along here, so you just want to clip it in here. And then you got your two that come out here. And this one here, there's a little... You can see a little space underneath here, so it's good, but that's your other clip here for your door. So now we're going to get the door panel on. So we got the cover door on now. I'm missing a bolt, probably from the last time I did this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. And it goes on pretty easy. You have at the bottom there 1 and 2, you've got a couple little tabs that it just goes on first. You put the bottom tabs on first and then tip the door up, so it goes on pretty nice and easy. So now we are going to put on the cover plate. And as I mentioned before, what you don't want is you don't want this. This is supposed to be this right here. This happened the last time I did it, about I think 2 years ago. And you just got to be gingerly. They're plastic little tabs. And you got one long and one short. And they go in there and they go in there. So you just slot those in and then tip it up. And that's how it goes. So we got our 2 plugs in. We got this thing. This doesn't have any bolts that holds it on. All it does is basically, once you put those 4 tabs in, the lid goes over top here, and it basically sandwiches this down. So that's about it. So next step is the top plate cover. Before I stick this on, I just realized I didn't notice it when I took it off, but I had stuck this to the side here. So this was the date. The belt and the idler wheel, May 6, 2020, was the last time when the belt broke. And it broke because the tensioner arm, basically the bearing in it, had completely seized. So there you go. That's the last time I was in this machine. And before that, I had previously paid for an appliance guy to come, and I did it about twice. He did the roller bearings, and that's when when I did this, it would have been the third time calling somebody. I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself. And this was during COVID, obviously, May the 6th. And I just thought to myself, you know what, screw it. Everything was under lockdown at the time, so I had nothing but time. And I'm glad I did. And that's why I'm making this video for you guys. Okay, let's put the top on. So everything's all buttoned up. I got to plug back in here. Let's give it a whirl. Just give it a... Nice. It even sounds better. Just everything. Like the tensioner bearing, all the roller bearings, everything. New, nicer, fresh belt. Just sounds solid. Smoother. Okay guys, I am Armchair Engineer 85. I just wanted to bring you this video. I know some people don't really care about appliances or whatever, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to do one of these jobs. And the reason is because for the appliance guy to just walk in your door, like I know Canadian, like you're, I don't know, probably $120 if not more now. And they come in and they're selling you the parts at a premium, like you're not getting any type of a discount or a wholesale. So, they come in, it's $120 just to walk in the door. Then they sell you the whole kit for another $150, $200, and somebody, like I know this machine here is probably a 2013. So, you're going on almost 11 years, and then people start going, oh, well, it's tired. Why would I dump money into it? Let's get a whole new machine. When the parts that break down are very cheap. And I mean, with Amazon now, just like in the small engine world, like you can straight up like get parts like wholesale for very cheap. And they're the same parts that you would get. I mean, they're all made in China, like unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. So that kit was about $45 for the belt, the tensioner arm, and the 4 rollers. And there you go, $45. I was able to repair this thing. This thing will probably, keep me going for, quite a few more years. If the motor goes in it, guess what? You can get the motor off Amazon. If the heater coils go in it, guess what? You can get those on Amazon. And now that I've taken it apart again, and I've shown you guys, like I could keep repairing this thing, even if the control board, you can still get a control board on Amazon. So potentially this thing, and eventually this thing, I'll have to do it at some point when it starts acting up. But I can keep this machine going, for as long as I can, like old school style, the way things used to be. Or I guess they never used to break as much back then. But anyways, guys, I'm Armchair Engineer 85. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.